Why you should never try to replicate an influencer's lifestyle. This is a very important video because a lot of people do this and it leaves people in financial ruin. And by the way, my name is Karina. Welcome to my channel. I talk about money, woman, and power, and how to be the best version of yourself. From mindset to looking your best, to dressing your best, to using whatever you have to your best advantage. And I also have a program where I talk about all those tips and tricks in detail. It's called the $1 Million Lady Program, and it's down below, so get it there. Chasing this fantasy life, chasing what others are doing, thinking you have to measure up to it, thinking that this is a normal thing to do, that this is easily attainable, that you have to sell your soul in order to live that type of life. All of that is fake, and I want to explain to you why you need to put your blinders on and continue focusing on your goals, because people who try to replicate things like that will end up broke, will end up spending their savings, and ultimately be really pushed down from cloud nine really fast. So let's discuss a few points. The first point is that these influencers have a lot of brand deals and promotions, whether they are modeling, whether they are just an Instagram model, wherever it may be. When you have a large following, you get things for free. And a lot of times you also get paid for those things. So that's obviously a bonus. And the more followings you have, the nicer things you get for free. It could be hotel stays, it could be airline travel, it could be free outfits, especially if you're a high fashion model. Those beautiful ladies, of course, get luxury designer things that would usually cost $3,000, $5,000. And any normal person, especially somebody young, maybe going through university or working their butts off at a job, thinks that this is something they have to have, not realizing that a lot of the things were probably either gifted or discounted or just for review and for promos, and even they get paid to promote these things. So they're making money on this. They didn't actually buy it with their own money, and people don't see that, so they think they need to have this, they need to match this kind of status, they need to match these items because they're trendy and everybody has them, and everybody does have them because these brands can put up huge campaigns, spend hundreds and thousands of dollars to these influencers to create this little umbrella to make a certain item look cool. And to them, the upmark price is so high, so they sell something for $3,000 while in reality maybe it costs them $100 to make. So they're not losing much. But all these impressionable people see this and think they need to have this, so they go and spend their money. Notice how the items people typically purchase that are designer are ones with large logos and ones that are trendy. It's not necessarily to fit their personal style, but it's whatever is in right now because they want to fit in. And that's what will leave you completely bankrupt. Another point is that a lot of them are actually getting financed by men, not even their significant others, but they have sugar daddies and people who are paying for their time. This is kind of a very hidden thing. I'm not saying everybody does it because, of course, you can't really know what people do behind the scenes, but you're just seeing a photo. And it's been exposed a lot on YouTube and on social media that a lot of influencers, again, not all of them, but there are certain of them that are either escorts or they get paid to go on luxurious and extravagant trips just so they can entertain older men. And of course, here on this channel, we're high caliber women, and that is not a good lifestyle to have. We want to be our best selves and actually make a name for ourselves and earn everything. So that's not an option. It's not really something to look up to, in my opinion, and that's why it makes me sad when a lot of impressionable young people see this and they think of it as an accomplishment. Well, in reality, again, it's just an exchange of services, which in the long run is not good, because if you can't sustain that lifestyle, that type of person is in a sad way reusable, because they'll go on a trip, it will get financed, and once the man is done, that's it. Go back to your ordinary life where you're working a minimum wage job, where you're not building everything for yourself. And that's a very hard emotional hit for some people, or it can be, because they are not actually making that money. So to live in that lifestyle for a short amount of time or for a couple of weekends out of every few months can actually get depressing. So you don't even know what's going on behind the scenes emotionally for these people. So it's not something to look up to or try to replicate. Instead, you must focus on building your dream life with your talents, with your work ethic, so you can actually sustain that life on a healthy level, whether it's emotionally, knowing that you are the one who created this, and also physically being able to purchase the things you want to purchase, being able to do the things you want to do. Of course, that's not easy and it comes with time, but don't be influenced by these things. Also, apart from sugar daddies or men paying for this, of course, bigger brands pay for this too. Like I mentioned earlier, sponsorships and hotels, and that stuff is admirable in my opinion because they earned it on their own merit, right? They were blogging or posting things, and I know that that requires work, and that's great when brands offer those deals to you. And of course, if that's the path you're interested in, and maybe that could be you in the future. But again, do realize that they got to that place somehow. The ones who do it for brand deals, not the sugar daddy way that I mentioned, is that takes a lot of work too, work that they put in. And if you're not starting from anywhere and you don't know how to do it, you will eventually. So that's a thing to remember. Another thing is fake things. It's so crazy how easily a false reality can be placed in front of you. Designer items can be bought for $20 from China, from Turkey, that look exactly the same. They won't look exactly the same in person, but in a highly edited photo, it does. A Chanel bag, a Louis Vuitton bag, a lot of people have fake things. And I know that you may look at it and think, no way, these people would never buy fake things. They have this type of lifestyle. This is real. They bought it with their own money or they got gifted it or whatever. But a lot of the times, again, I don't know which people do it, which don't, but I'm just trying to open your eyes that it is in fact a possibility that they purchase something for even $100 that is supposed to be $5,000 in real life. You can get really high quality fakes where if you are not trained to the eye, if you don't work at a Chanel store or you don't have a kind of high experience with luxury, you can be fooled reasonably and think it's real because the replicas still use authentic leather. They still use well craftsmanship. It's just you're not paying for the brand name. So they're making a profit. You get to take home a designer bag. Again, please don't do this. Actually, I do want to comment on this. Don't buy fake designer things. And that brings me to my last point of that life is not about materialistic items like this. And it's sad that it's becoming this, that people think that, okay, it's an option. If they're doing it, I can do it to fit in. You don't need these expensive things to fit in. That's not what's going to make you happy. When you earn your way there and you can do that with your life, then that's great. You know that you are an authentic person. You are purchasing this item. It's not even about the price. You're purchasing this because you want to do it, because you think it will look good in your closet, because you will feel amazing, not because at whatever handle is promoting it and you see all these cool people doing it and you think you need it, or you think you need to show off and make yourself appear of a higher status or a higher value, because it's not going to add value to you as a person. And purchasing something that's fake will diminish your value internally. It's almost like it's chipping away at your integrity. That's how I see it, because you can't afford it in real life, and there's nothing wrong with that because everybody starts somewhere and there's always opportunity to work up. But it's almost like you're trying to convince somebody that you are something that you're not, and that is not a place of integrity. That's not something that I don't think is going to make you happy, and I think that's going to add up in the end where you won't feel your absolute best. So that's just my opinion on all of this. There's a lot going on behind the scenes and a lot of editing and photos and lifestyles, and everything is a highlight reel, so you can't compare your life. That all of that is real and they earned it on their own merit. That's great. That's an amazing job for them, because again, that's hard work. But there is a dark side to it where it's getting funded by questionable methods that can really wreck you emotionally. So really make that choice. Don't sell your soul to the devil. Be true to yourself and thrive in your goals. So let me know what you thought about that in the comments down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel for more, and check out my programs linked down below. I'll see you in the next video.